Hello, welcome to Lovely's Crafting Lodge. Today we're going to be doing a little more of our prep work for our journals for Journal Madness 2021. The past couple videos haven't had audio. The house has been a little bit loud, and this one also might get cut out because it's just loud, you know, house noises, dishwasher, dryer, those types of things. So, without further ado, actually, I'm going to go ahead and start working on our Celestial. And so I went through and did a couple, did some of the work for the Van Gogh and Asian themed journal, and then I was looking at my digitals and I actually had other stuff that I hadn't printed out, so I'm gonna have to backtrack a little bit and go do that. So this one doesn't have actually any pages that I want to change. I don't want to change anything about those pages. The Van Gogh one, I had to change some just ripping pages and whatnot. So this is, I don't want to say terribly late at night, but it's a little bit late. So, you know, it's just a little more relaxing, lower lighting. I don't know. I guess I really didn't have a lot to say. I don't know. I think, you know, IRL, you know, I guess, I don't want to say like a space filler. Like, I'm not just, you know, blah, 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 blah all the time. But, I guess it's that silence that I'm just not quite comfortable with yet on camera. It feels, I don't know, maybe a little uneducated or unprepared, but it's really not. I guess it, well, maybe it is. I don't know. I guess I just feel like, hey, I turn on the camera, I should have something to say. And if you don't have anything to say, and it's not that I don't have anything nice to say, it's not, you know, it's not Bambi quotes here or anything, but I guess I just don't really have anything to say. I'm just really excited about all this, you know? I'm excited about, like right now, like I'm excited about tearing this paper, you know? Gosh, like, I just would rather be doing this. I'd rather be tearing paper, you know? I don't know. You know. I know that you know, because that's why you're watching, right? I mean, that's why for, you know, I have no idea how many hours of videos I watched over time. Isn't this paper just ridiculous? This is just one print. Oh, so pretty. And some of these are from like a legit, not that that's not legit, but like this is from like a full-blown kit. This one was more of like, what are these? Zodiac. This was like more that kind of thing, and it was like a clip art more than it was a kit. So it showed all these images, and they were really small. So when I got it, and when I opened up the kit, the digital file or whatever, and it was a bunch of single images per page, I was like, oh, oh, there's possibilities. And then this is like a Victoria Designs. This is like a whole kit, and you're supposed to build like this folio, or I don't know. I don't know what you're supposed to do with it. And I imagine I'll get around to it and, you know, come back. And, you know, that's the whole digital world, right? So you can like get this kit. It's not a big investment, you know, you can print it on so many different types of paper. You can print your kit on book page. Like, think about that. You could print your kits on book page. I don't know. I think that's pretty dang cool. When I'm buying a kit, I guess the only thing I really look for is compatibility. Like, am I going to be able to open this and save it? And usage. Am I going to be able to sell something that contains this kit? Because I know that I know my lack of memory. And yeah, if I buy a kit, it needs to be usable for future sale. And I'm not commercial size or anything. I actually have yet to sell a journal. So yeah. But just to be able to sell something, I would want to keep my options open, right? So if there's if it says something like, you know, for personal use only, I actually don't even look at those stores, because some of them I am like drooling on my phone screen because it is so gorgeous, and I like have a million ideas that I want to create with, but I don't get it because it's just the ability to remember, oh, this is the kit that I can't use, or make sure you don't include this kit. Like, my brain would be like, no, I only have ideas about this kit, and the other 6 kits that I have don't matter anymore because all I can think about is this kit. So I know my abilities and my shortcomings. Not all of them, but I know that I would not have the capacity to recall. I can't even remember who I bought kits from. That's partially because I put the little hearts on all the things that I like. And if there were a limit to how many things you could heart, I probably would have exceeded it 6 times. Because everything is just so fun. I've been meaning to talk about this too. So there's this, oh, I can't remember what it's called, but there's this theory, right, or hypothesis out there that it's a phenomenon, is what they actually titled it. So basically, movie creators, directors, producers will come up with very similar storylines, plots, things like that, and there's no one's stealing anyone's ideas, but based on their surroundings and their influences, people's ideas are generated and similar. And it makes me think of a movie, Inception, right? So as creators, you know, I'm kind of going out on the movie realm here. But as creators, you know, we're all similarly influenced by the channels that we watch, or the digitals, or the papers, or, you know, the brands, you know, you know what I mean? Like, all these things that we're surrounded by, you know, is a little bit Inception feeling if you think about it. It's amazing how many different ideas we all come up with, but at the same time, the chances that what we are creating is in fact never been created before or shared in any capacity is actually not really likely. And I know every channel that I watch, they always do a really good job of crediting who they saw it from. And I do my best too. You know, I'm still very new to all this, but when I first started, oh my goodness, I was so worried that I was going to have an idea all on my own gumption, you know, and in fact, someone else had already created that, or the worst scenario possible in my head was that someone else who's like really famous had put out a video the day before, or you know, even an hour after, or an hour before mine, like timing, right? I filmed mine, let's say last week, and it went up after theirs. And then everyone would be, oh, she's claiming this as her own and she's copying and all this stuff. And I was just like, I don't want that to happen. So I just, for a while, actually several months, I just stopped watching. When I did October, I purposefully, like, I would watch videos, you know, just because I was just so, I still am, just absolutely enjoying every bit of journal making. But if somebody started talking about a tag, nope, I just noped right out and just went and clicked on another video. I mean, like, hello, there's a million videos to go do. So I intentionally just didn't even go there. So at least I knew that I could have peace of mind that I wasn't copying off of someone. So I don't know. I'm starting to kind of reconsider the situation, you know, when I was reading about, you know, the movie directors and the phenomenon that occurs, you know, paths that never cross come up with same or very similar movie plots and ideas at the same time. So I don't know. I just think it's kind of interesting. I think that stuff is kind of interesting. So for these kind of things, I'm not sure if cutting them like this is the better way, or I should have tore this one maybe. I guess the good thing about cutting it is you can always tear it, right? If you decide to go back and whatever, don't like how it looks or something, you can always tear it. But if you tear it, you can't really go back, and I guess you could cut it still. It would just be smaller, you know. I feel like this is a really good size though. I like that. I don't think I'm going to use all of these. I actually just kind of like this right here. Some of the stuff I really like, and I went ahead and, well, obviously you can't, I guess you could. I went ahead and printed a few of these pages, and I don't really know that I'm going to use them in this exact journal, because when we picked out the pages, I really liked all of those pages. Just absolutely no disagreements, no wishy-washy about it. Just really liked them all. So in the chocolate book, we have some ripping or trimming to do, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the audio in that part either. Just because the ripping, I think, is just a little bit bothersome sometimes for me. So I guess I'll just listen to it. I feel like sometimes my ears are really sensitive. And sometimes they're just normal. But I don't know, I guess after having being around loud things most of the day, you know, the quiet is almost piercing. Feels that way. All right. I really like that too. I don't know what this says. It's really teeny tiny, but it's cute. All right. This one, I think I want this one. I'm not real certain on it, but I'll go for it. I accidentally ordered, whenever I ordered paper last, which was, a while ago, this thicker paper, I thought I ordered 80 pound and I ordered 100 pound, and it is substantially thicker. It's nice. And, oops, I was considering when I would order again, and I was like, oh, should I order 80 and 100? Like, oh, that would be a nice variety. And I wonder if I get 80 pound, will I just really miss the 100? Or if I get 80 pound, will I be like, oh, I'm so happy I didn't get 100. I like this one better. So I like buying a large, the box of it seems, I feel a little bit more free when I am dyeing paper and stuff like that. I want to say dyeing paper is my favorite part, but it's, I don't know. I like all of it so much. Every single part of journal making, even right now, even cutting out these things, I like hand cutting stuff. This is still really fun. I do wonder, those of you who have crafted for a while, are you ambidextrous? Are you able to use both hands for at least some of your projects? And what I'm hoping to do is to teach myself, I mean, how hard can it be, right? To cut with my, both of my hands. That would be ideal. Because the rest of it is kind of, I don't know. I feel like cutting's the only thing that's the same motion, you know? It's like, but these scissors, oh man, ow. It's almost when I pull out any other scissor, I'm like, oh, these are pretty, I'll use these. Or, oh, this will be good because they're long, or this or that. And I give it one squeeze and it doesn't bounce back. I'm like, oh, but I do have the other ones. Yeah, I think I'll use the other ones. The only thing is kind of weird, and this might be me also, but when I'm cutting, I'm like, you know, really enjoying it and like getting into it, and like my finger will be up here or like right here, you know, like way too close. And I don't know if that's me or I don't know what it is, but you know, I think that's the only thing about these scissors that is like not the best thing in the world, is that my hand keeps slipping up. But again, user error probably, right? I remember when I was like really little, you know, you'd be riding your bicycle or whatever, and it was always like the first week of summer when you are really, really out on your bicycle and just all over the place. And I would be holding my handlebars so tight, like so hyped for summer, that you know, your handlebars here, and then it had that little circle protector, I guess to keep your hands from sliding up. I don't know really what it was for, the little grip, whatever. And my thumbs would just be bleeding because they would just be callous, and you know, first it'd just be skin rubbed off, and then, you know, blisters, and then bleeding, and then finally it would get calloused over, you know, for the rest of the summer that it wasn't a problem. But I remember just like, nope, that's just how life is. It's just part of life. Like, you know, you be hyped about summer or ride the bejeebus out of your bike. And so I wonder if this is kind of the same thing. Like, I'm just so hyped about cutting that I'm like, and it's just slipping. I don't know. It's probably just me. still struggling with that cover. Actually, I'm kind of struggling with all the covers. Sometimes the cover idea comes to me first. Sometimes it is the very last thing. Sometimes it arrives in the middle. Sometimes it's right before I'm binding it. I guess a cover idea just kind of just at all different times, I suppose. I'm not good at rounding corners. I don't know if that's like a practice thing or what. But I like this little tool. The audio got cut out, but I was talking in one of the last videos about the We Are Memory Keepers as a brand, and I really do enjoy a lot of their stuff. And this is, of course, I bring that up because this is a We Are Memory Keepers puncher. I have another one. I'm trying to think. It does different things, though. I always round the tags on the bottom and the journaling cards because my friend Susie, I'll link her channel, she said that they are easier to put in and out of pockets and tucks when they're rounded. And by golly, the lady knows what she's talking about. I think that's an awesome thing about knowing people on YouTube and just being interested in different channels. You don't have to be just like someone to learn from them. I suppose that is in life as well. I think my candle went out. That's okay. I really don't know the difference in size. Oh, well, that's not gonna work. Oopsie. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is too much. So, whoops. Okay, end of operator's error. So got that punched out, or corners punched, rounded. You know what I'm saying. All right, so that is done. And these, yeah, I'm just really not sure how I'm gonna incorporate all of these items. So what was I doing? This one here. Okay, so I want this one. I already tore that one, and this one here, I think I want to tear that one, and I'm not really sure about that one. Okay, we'll go ahead and just put these up here for now, because I need 3 rulers on my desk right now. Right now, I need 3 rulers. Let's go ahead and put this over here in the basket. And sort those scraps later. Alright, so this is the celestial basket that I had started gathering stuff even before I was planning on doing this series. I wanted to do celestial something, so I'm not sure if I went through this stuff already. I feel like I already saw this pocket and I decided against it. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. You know, one thing I have to do is, ooh, I like this pocket too, or this tuck. Yeah, one thing I have to do is get out my stamps and stencils. I don't think I have any stencils that necessarily will go, but I know I have stamps for sure. Oh, I like that one. Oh my gosh, did I print that one twice? It's so cute. That's when I know I like it, when I already have it printed out and cut out. When I get kits, I do try to get the stuff printed out and somewhat prepped. And that's kind of what happened in this situation. Ooh, look at that one. Oh my gosh. And this is all from this similar looking stuff here. I want to say all of it is from that Victoria Designs. Oh man, this is going to be so hard. And then this one here, I think this is where it starts to go to MrsCogs maybe? Oh my gosh. Folks. What am I doing? How do I choose? Okay, maybe the Cosmos. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, how regal. Okay. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Oh, I think I have paper that looks kind of like that from one of the one-sided kits that I have. Says on her channel sometimes she says, "Oh, I'm so boring," and then she says something hilarious right afterwards. And I'm like, you are not boring. Yeah, she's funny, but she's doing this series where she is making this journal cover is ridiculous. And maybe me watching her is like kind of psyching me out, you know, like intimidating myself. But her journal cover is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm just now getting into the episodes where she's going to be decorating the inside and stuff like that. But man, the work that she put into this journal cover is just something else. Very, very gorgeous work. Just going to put the Celestial one there. So that's all the prep work I was going to do for that one. Now this one needs a little more work. And basically, like, yeah, I'm okay with pages hanging over the top and the bottom and things like that. But I don't want it to be that much over. That's just my preference as I'm looking at it. It's just something that I, you know, decided to change my mind on, which is absolutely okay. So I'm just going to tie this a little bow here, just to kind of contain it. Alright, so, and I think I am going to tear instead of use my blade, which I got a legit blade, and it is really, really cool. I enjoy it. I had, what did I have before? Well, I guess I still have it somewhere, but it is when I first started planning, and for what I needed it for, it was amazing. It did a great job. But now that I need to be cutting, you know, books and signatures and lining stuff up all just so, now I needed something a little more utility knife looking. So actually I think that's just what it is. It's just a plain old utility knife. So I'm just going through and tearing, and these are the original Mocha stained papers that I'm using here, and literally the only reason that I'm okay tearing these right now, because I was having some trouble, is I was actually able to get them scanned, and I made a digital kit of these papers. And so this is the coffee and cocoa powder dyed pages that I did. It was really hard for me to bind this book because I was like, oh, you know, like I really don't want these to go forever, and they're so pretty. And don't worry, I have a whole stack of them here, but for some reason, you know, I picked my absolute favorites to go into this book, and the thought of not being able to use them again was just, I just didn't like that feeling. So I was able to scan them and make it digital, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And I actually printed, because I liked it so much, I printed them on the backs of some of the ephemera that I had already printed for this. So those are going to be like the journaling cards and stuff like that. So these little pieces are going to be so fun to work with. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but they're going to be fun, I'm sure. I think a few of these I'm actually going to tear a little more straight. Not that one, I like this one. Ooh, okay, this piece here. So this is part of the kit, but I printed it on vellum. Ooh, I love vellum though. So that's a no-brainer. It was gonna be gorgeous. All the covers, I'm like, oh, I could use Stains by Patty Pockets. Oh, I could do this. And it feels like my idea for all the covers are the same. But maybe that's just how I'm feeling, you know what I mean? Like maybe that's just a medium that I want to be working in right now, is using that Patty Pocket stains. But I don't know. Do you ever force yourself, I guess, you know, not to box yourself in, you know? So like these covers, should I go with it? Should I just do Stains by Patty Pockets for all of them? Or should I, you know, push myself and, you know, come up with something different for at least one of them? You know? I guess I'm just trying to feel the vibe, you know? Like, what is this book telling me to do? You know, what is really happening? What do I need to be putting on this cover? I guess that's where I'm at. You know, waiting to do the cover at the very last thing, or even towards the end, it has a different level of pressure to it. And I'm certain it is self-inflicted. I know this. But it's, you know, oh, I've picked the pages, I've dyed the pages, I've trimmed them, I've cut them, I've sewn them in, you know, I've punched them. You may have written on some, inked some, decorated some, dare I say. And then go to do the cover, and it hasn't happened yet, which only means it's a matter of time, where it's not going to turn out either the way I want, or it's just going to be completely rotten and unusable. I feel like I've watched enough, and I'm informed enough and creative enough to be able to come up with solutions on how to remedy almost any error. But again, not being well versed or having experience in this realm, I do wonder, like, is there going to be something that is irreversible or, you know, unfixable. And the good thing about that scenario in my head is I can always, it's not that big of a deal to cut the binding, right? And just put it on a different cover, or put on a different cover, right? Like, that's not a big deal in the grand scheme of life. It's just paper. But I think when you're creating, you have a certain vision of something, and sometimes it's okay if that vision changes, but sometimes it needs to stay true to whatever it is that you are wanting to invoke or achieve, or you know, however you want to put it. I do think you know, when you're creating and in life, you have to be true to yourself. You have to be true to what's calling you. And it sounds like, oh, you're getting kind of deep talking about just paper here, but so many people that I have got the opportunity to meet have explained, you know, what not just the journaling community, but just what journal making has meant to them. And one person who shared the story on her channel is Tanya from Tatty Treasures. And she talks about how it started from a recommendation to journal, to write things down, to be in that realm. And from that, she found this absolute, oh my gosh, gift that she has of creation. She is, man, she is something else. You know, you feel like you're friends with someone online and whatnot, but in real life, I really would love to sit with her. And the way she's able to film and capture herself, it always feels like you really are sitting there with her, you know, hanging out and chatting and listen to the stories that she tells and stuff. She does this on Sunday, she does like flip throughs of books that she may have just recently purchased or maybe had around for a while. She's very organized, so she's typically talking about a upcoming project. And she tells stories of her life, and, you know, it's just really nice. And, you know, I can't say that I've ever really had a place to go on Sunday and be chilled out like that, you know? Like, no standing reservations at a girlfriend's house, you know, to keep our hands busy, you know, whatever that is. In this case, journal making, just chit chat. I think it's pretty cool that, you know, in this digital age, like we're talking technology, right, that we're able to find one another and connect, really while we're just keeping our hands busy. Sometimes giving your brain, for me, giving my brain the break while doing this is better than, oh, well, pretty much anything, you know. You know, sometimes it's good to talk, sometimes it's good to, you know, work out, sometimes it's good, you know, go on a walk, or even just physically around the house, you know, just a change of scenery if you aren't able to walk, you know, having a window open or something of the nature, right? This is really nice, but something about this just, I mean, look at that. Right? Like, I love this, you love this, we're hanging out. I don't know. This is the first hobby I would say that I have ever, that's ever taken over my life, right? So like, I've been into, you know, things here and there, and it's always really enjoyable, you know. That's not what I'm saying, but this is way different. This is way different. These are delicious scraps. I don't even know where to put them right now. So I guess I'll just take these out of here, and I'll put the scraps of these, because they're pretty much already sorted, right? Because they're all the chocolate pieces, and you know, text from the books there, the Mocha. That's what the digital kit is called. That's actually what I have the papers labeled as in my, just in my storage and packaging area for orders. So I have them listed as Mocha paper for the digital. I don't know. I hope I get some people to give it a shot and see what it's like for them. So I keep my scraps. I think a lot of folks do that. So what I have done here is, some of these don't have, where are they? Yeah, okay, so these ones I had printed out already, right? And before I cut them out, I printed my digital kit, the Mocha papers, on the back of them. And so the scraps, the reverse side of these images, are essentially Mocha dyed pages, right? Scraps. So I set those to the side already and kept them in the little plastic bag. So I use little plastic bags and folders, and for this larger project, for the 4, I actually have like a basket here that I keep all 4 of them in. So yeah, so these will be journaling cards, and I'll either punch the edges or round them or something. I'm not really decided on these, and I might string some of them together with like washi or those scraps I just showed you. I don't know. I just have so many options, right? And what I wanted to do, so these are already cut, and I don't think there were any more, no, there were no more in here. And here are some of the additional ones that I had forgotten about and that I wanted to include. I think I actually only want 2 of these. This one here. And I wish I was as organized as some other gals. And I could tell you, oh, this kit is from so-and-so, and their YouTube name is this, and the kit was available in spring of whatever. I don't know how people do that. I try. because I'll be doing something and I just have an idea and I just got to try to capture it. It's one reason that I really have enjoyed making videos, is that especially when it comes to my flip throughs. I don't think my flip throughs are too long. Other people might disagree, but I like the length that they are because I get to remind myself and kind of highlight what I've created. And some of the people who I've created journals for and gifted to, they've actually gone and watched the flip through and appreciated the, the information that I kind of plugged or provided there for them. So, with us being physically separated from one another, it's hard to say, oh, turn to that page and, oh, do, and, of course, and I'm like level 10,000 when I'm trying to explain it on the phone. So, yeah, the videos are really helpful. Quite nice. Quite nice. Plus, I don't have to rely on my own memory, which is absolutely inaccurate. I get to have a video to go back and look at. It's been really fun. I think everything about this thus far has been really fun. Even the challenging things. I didn't think I would be able to edit this early in my journey, but here we are. I'm able to do very, very basic editing. Pretty proud of that. Now I don't have to make two-part videos for, an 18-minute video, because I don't know how to join them together, but problem resolved. There's still a ton that I don't know, and still working on music and sounds and things like that. So I have just been, it takes a long time to figure out what songs go together. I started putting the little star, the heart next to the songs that I'm like, oh, I like that one. Oh, I like that one. And then I go back and I look at just the ones that I have the stars next to. Oh my gosh, what a range. What a range. I'm a mess. Nope, that would not be fun to listen to because you'd be all relaxed and then it would be, some very, high beat per minute song come on next, and it's just... And I know the music selection is not going to please everyone, and I guess you always have options, right? Have different versions of your video, but it all came about because the first one I absolutely could not salvage the audio, and I could not also refilm it because I had made cuts, you know what I mean? Like I cut items, and so when you have that in your journal, in your process, there's no going back. You can't do that. So yeah, that's where it came from. So it came from a problem, right? And there's a great opportunity. Boom. Figure it out, move along. So it was quite fun. I've been enjoying Journal Madness. I actually have a project flip through to do, and that will probably go up tomorrow, maybe later today if everything is smooth. And it is I was just, sitting here getting ready to be off work and attempting to not think about this. Not think about crafting, and I guess all the energy just like really got built up, and it just exploded into a journal. And I don't know the time, how long it took me to do. It was one of those things where it was just like a whirlwind, right? It was just kind of came out of nowhere, and before I knew it, it was done, and I wanted more, wanted to keep going, but you know, one has to eat and sleep and whatnot. So, and I think this is the only ticket I want. And it seems kind of weird to just have one ticket, but that's what I want. So that will be there. And let's go get these scraps. Alright. Well, I do hope that you are enjoying Journal Madness and creating your own Journal Madness with me this year. And if you wanted to, you could add the hashtag to your videos so we all can look back next year on what we've made and kind of have that be our jumping point. But that is all that I have for today, and I'll see you back here next time at Lovely's Crafting Lounge.